Almost every creators you find now are actually building. They are building an audience, followers, views, reach, engagement, the numbers that go up when the content is good and then crash when life gets busy. They're pouring everything, their time, their creativity, their identity into a platform they don't own for an algorithm they cannot control, hoping that visibility eventually becomes something more valuable. And some of them are growing, right? Genuinely growing. The numbers are moving, people are watching, but we don't pause to ask, growing into what exactly? Because there's a version of success in this creator economy that looks incredible on the outside, hundreds of thousands of followers, viral content, brand deals. But underneath, it is hollow. No real business, no lasting authority, no asset that survives a platform change, an algorithm shifts, or a single bad month of content. Just a following, which is not the same as a brand. And the reason most creators stay stuck in that gap between audience and actual brand is because they think they're actually building one brand when actually they need to build 5. Today, I'm going to show you all 5, what they are, why each one matters, and most importantly, which ones you've been neglecting. Because I promise you, the gap between where you are now as a creator and where you want to be lives in the brands that you are yet to build. So let's get into it. First off, let me explain the brand trap that we found ourselves as creators. A creator picks a niche, let's say brand strategy, like I'm doing, or fitness, or finance, or fashion, and they build a consistent brand around it. They are consistent, they grow, people start recognizing them. And that recognition sometimes feels like a rival. But then something happens. A brand deal comes and goes, a product launch underperforms, the algorithm changes, the platform shifts, and suddenly they realize the only thing that was built was visibility. And visibility without the other 4 brands underneath it is a house with no foundation. The bitter truth is that most creators are renting attention. They are not owning equity. Every view is borrowed, every follower is borrowed. The platform owns the relationship. And the moment that you stop producing, or the moment the platform decides to stop amplifying you, everything you build starts to evaporate. You don't want to get there. The creators who build lasting careers, lasting income, lasting influence, they understand something that the others don't. They understand that a personal brand is not one thing. It is a system. 5 interlocking brands, each one builds on the last, each one compounding the others. And most people, without knowing it, are only building the first one. Now, let me show you the full picture. Brand 1, the content brand. The one brand everyone builds. This is the brand most creators know. It is the public face. Your content, your aesthetics, your voice, your niche, your posting frequency. It is what people see when they find you. It is something that earns you the initial attention. So we all have that, right? And it matters, really, it deeply matters. A weak content brand means no one finds you at all. No distribution, no anything. But that is where most creators make the fatal mistake. They treat the content brand as the destination instead of the door. It's just the door. Your content brand is not your business. It is your billboard. It is not your asset. It is your advertisement for the asset. And if you spend all your energy on the billboard without building what is behind the billboard, you will work endlessly and you will own nothing. And it is happening to most creators. The content brand answers just one question. Why should someone pay attention to me? To you? But attention is only the beginning, because attention without direction is just like noise. So the question you have to ask yourself at this point is that, is my content brand leading people somewhere, or is it just content? Where exactly is your content leading people? Brand 2, the authority brand. The one that makes people trust you. This is a brand that most creators underinvest in. And it is the one that makes the difference between someone who has followers and someone who has influence. Your authority brand is built not from how many people watch you, but from how deeply the right people believe in you. It is your intellectual property, your distinct point of view, your frameworks, your language, your philosophy, the things that are so specifically you that someone could read your words without your name on them and still know exactly who wrote them. Chimamanda, for instance, doesn't just have an audience. She has a doctrine, a worldview so clearly articulated, so consistently expressed that it has become a reference point in global conversation. Paystack also, they didn't just build a product, right? They built an authority position, the company that understands what African businesses actually need. That authority is why Stripe paid $200 million for them. Your authority brand is what answers the question, why should people believe what you say? It is built through your depth, not volume, through essays, not just posts. It is built through frameworks, not just your opinions. Through the courage to say something specific, something that will alienate some people because it resonates so deeply with the right ones. It's what I'm also establishing right now with my content, with this video. Depth gives you authority. This is why I pour my heart into my content. Most creators are afraid of this. They want to appeal to everyone. They keep their ideas vague enough to be agreeable. And in so doing, they become forgettable. That is a mistake. So here's the practice that you should try for this. What is that one idea, that one belief about your field that you hold more strongly than anyone else? That is the seed of your authority brand. Name it, build around it, say it clearly, repeatedly, unapologetically. Brand 3, the relationship brand. The one that builds loyalty money cannot buy. Now, this brand lives in the space between you and your audience. It is the most underrated competitive advantage available to any creator. I'm telling you, it is relationship brand. Anyone can get views, right? Anyone can buy reach, but you cannot manufacture the feeling that someone genuinely sees you, knows you, and is for you. That feeling is built over time through consistency, through intimacy, and what I call the courage to be specific about who you are talking to. The relationship brand answers the question, why do people stay? Not why they find you. Why they come back, why they tell their friends, why they open your newsletter when they delete everyone else's, why they buy what you offer without needing 3 months, 4 months, 5 months of convincing. Most creators talk at their audience, just talk at them. The ones with powerful relationship brands talk with them, for them, sometimes about them, naming their struggles so specifically that people feel seen in a way they rarely feel seen anywhere else. I'll tell you something. The creator with 50,000 deeply loyal followers will always and always outearn the creator with 500,000 passive ones. Loyalty is the currency that compounds, which is the currency that expires. So here's the practice. When last did your content make someone feel found? Not entertained, found. Now, write one piece of content this week that speaks to the specific unnamed struggle your audience is carrying. Not a broad problem. The one that they haven't seen anyone articulate yet. This is how you build a relationship brand. Brand 4, the business brand. The one that turns attention into income. Now, I like this one a lot. This is where most creators freeze. They built the content brand. Some have built real authority. They have a loyal community. And then nothing. No clear offer, no structure for how the attention becomes incomes. No pathway from, I watch your video to, I paid for this thing. And they wonder why they are not making real money. Your business brand is the commercial architecture behind your personal brand. It is your offer ecosystem, the products, services, experiences that you sell. It is your pricing philosophy, how you signal value. It is the transition from creator to brand owner. And this transition is one most people resist most because it requires you to stop thinking of yourself as someone who makes content and start thinking of yourself as someone who runs a company. Every piece of content you make should sit inside a business architecture that converts. Not every piece needs to sell, but every piece should serve the system. Your content brand builds awareness. Your authority brand builds credibility. Your relationship brand builds trust. But your business brand is where that trust gets exchanged for value. Without it, you're only a performer, I'm telling you. But with it, you're an entrepreneur. The question to answer, if someone watches 10 of your videos right now and genuinely believes in you, what is the next thing that you are offering them? If the answer is nothing yet, your business brand doesn't exist. So now go ahead and build it. Build something. Build an offer. Brand 5, the legacy brand. The ones almost no one thinks about. This is the brand that exists beyond you. It is not your content. It is not even about business. It is about what you stand for at a level that outlasts any specific product, platform, or chapter of your career. Your legacy brand is the movements underneath your work. It is the cultural contribution your body of work is making. It is the thing that your audience will say about you, not when you go viral, but when you are gone. Fela Kuti's legacy brand, for instance, was not his discography. It was resistance, accountability, the idea that art must speak truth to power. The brand had lived in by decades and is still being cited, sampled, and referenced as a cultural reference point across the world. Most creators think about legacy as something you win at the end of a long career. but it is actually something that you design from the beginning. Your legacy brand is the answer to what does the world look like if your work succeeds? Not what does your bank account look like? What does the world look like if your work succeeds? What conversation shifts? What possibility opens up? Who becomes more capable, more empowered, more free because of what you built? When you can answer that question clearly and specifically, something changes about how you work. The content stops being about numbers, the business stops being about money, or rather, money becomes a resource for the mission, not the mission itself. And your audience knows it. They feel the shift. Because there's a profound difference between a creator who is building for themselves and a creator who is building for something. I mean, something that outlasts them, something that serves a generation after them. Now, here's the practice that I'd like you to try. Finish the sentence out loud. I mean, right now. 10 years from now, because of my work, dash, 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 dash will happen. Now, don't overthink it. The first answer that comes to your mind is the truest. Now, that is the seed of your legacy brand. Let me bring it together. Brand 1, the content, it gets you seen. Brand 2, authority, it gets you believed. Brand 3, relationship, gets you trusted. Brand 4, business, gets you paid. Brand 5, legacy, it gets you remembered. You need all 5, not eventually, but intentionally. I mean, starting now. Most creators live and die in brand 1. A smaller number crack brand 2. Fewer still build real loyalty in brand 3. And most just never make it into brand 4 and 5. And this is not because they cannot, but because nobody showed them the map. But now you have the map, so no excuses. Now, here's my question for you, and I want you to answer this honestly with yourself. Please answer it. Which brand have you been neglecting out of all of this brand? Because the gap between where you are right now and where you want to be is not a content problem. I'm telling you, it is not even a consistency problem or an algorithm problem. It is a brand system, a brand structure, a brand architecture problem. And now that you see the full system and the full architecture, now that you know that all 5 exist and what each one does and why you need them, you don't have the luxury of not knowing anymore. You have the map. The next step is yours. Now, go build something worth remembering. Thank you so much for watching this video. I believe that you were able to get a value or two. Please, by all means, drop a comment, like the video, share. It helps the video. Please help my videos. It would mean a lot to me because I put in a lot of work, research, and heart into my content. So please engage the video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.